USA Warrior Stories is a not-for-profit organization designed to record, archive, and share videos of veterans' stories, to help veterans make a connection with one another and to help us all better understand their sacrifices for our freedoms.
In 2004, the World War II Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. And there was a gentleman by the name of Earl Morse out in Illinois. He worked at a hospital. He was an Air Force veteran. And because he worked at the hospital, he had a lot of World War II patients. And he would ask them, "Are you going to see your memorial?" And they would all say, "Yes, we're going to go." And then 6 months later, he would ask them again, "Have you seen it?" And they would, of course, say no. The mission of Honor Flight was initially to take World War II veterans to see their memorial. It has been so successful and so well received and has become such an important part of lives of many veterans that they have now moved on to taking Korean and Vietnam veterans, along with more recent conflicts, whether it be in Afghanistan or the Mideast. For us here on Long Island, it turns out it's a one-day trip. We leave MacArthur Airport, fly southwest into WWII, and then we motor coach from there to the memorial, and we have a number of other stops that we do. We do the World War II Memorial, of course, and then we go on to Arlington Cemetery, where we do the changing of the guard, which is always, you know, a favorite for everybody. It's such a solemn and incredible experience and ceremony to watch the changing of the guard. We have 9 World War II veterans that are going, and that's all that we're taking on this trip. They were supposed to have gone 2 years ago, but of course COVID prevented us from being able to take them. And so we decided that if they wanted to go, we would reach out to them, and if they wanted to go, we would take them.
Play it, screws. 3 months I'm in the walking skip.
Germans watching surrender. You bet. Sorry. No.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Bill Jones. I have the privilege and honor of being president of Honor Flight Long Island. Can we bring the Cap Honor Guard up, please? For those who can stand, would you please stand so that we can say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. I'm not quite sure how long the Civil Air Patrol has been doing this, but they have been coming here for many, many years to send off our veterans as they go on this journey, and oftentimes they're here in the evening again when they come back. By the way, we have 3 veterans who are 100 years of age on our flight today. The most recent is Eleanor, whose birthday was on Thursday? 28.
was chosen for this honor flight. Town of Hempstead is just so pleased to be able to honor you. Cheese.
Any questions, ask me or anybody wearing the red shirt. Do you have any questions now? Every detail of this day is planned, rehearsed, and practiced. We've done this 38 times. And have fun. Thank you. Now, for you.
Born February 15, 1921, Douglas, Kansas. A three-sport athlete, Mr. Spencer joined the Army in 1943 and served at several bases across the United States. This American son, known as Michael to his family, left the streets of New York for the danger-filled skies of Europe.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Southwest is allowing us to load our World War II veterans and Guardians first.
Okay. How are you? Good.
Morning.
Hello. And I left the bathroom for a month.
Here comes Vincent! Hitler heard he was coming and shot himself. Awesome, great to see you. There she is! Eleanor!
Thank you very, very much.
Here comes Steve! What got here today? Steve Marino! How you doing, Steve?
Forward! March! My lords, my ladies, make way for honored flight veterans from Long Island. All World War II, the greatest generation.
Honor flight, Long Island! 9 World War II vets! Real heroes! Greatest generation! God bless your memory.
I tell my friends about it. Okay. Sir.
You want to take a picture of it?
Go ahead, you grab them and I'll put them together.
Let me get in there, Dan. I got this one for myself. Good. Step forward and you. Get behind us, Stephen. Get out of the way. Go down.
You got my pain stuffing.
Nah, I sold it.
Hold it in. Good, you got him, Dennis.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Dominic, you got handrails on both sides. Excellent. I got it for you, Dominic. Legs up.
Have you seen this memorial before? Have you seen memorial before? Or this is I'm bringing you down today so you can enjoy your memorial. Thank you for your service.
Everybody look up
Central
and mark us,
Pacific,
taking our
North
picture.
Pacific.
I was all over. So far, so good.
So this is a reflection of an actual photograph of the staged East meeting West. The war would be over 12 days later. Hitler would commit suicide, and VE Day would be 2 weeks later. This is the Battle of the Atlantic, the Northern and European theater of operation. Americans and converted to a cruise ship and made several runs to Europe. I want to be behind you. All the chairs are on.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Mask up, everybody.
Mask up. Mask up. Water? Water? You want two? You got it.
Let's put it on walk down 6 stairs.
Dominic, over here. On here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I, Staff Sergeant Waken, of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army, Guard of Honor, to the unknown soldier. The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard. In keeping with the dignity of this ceremony, it is requested that everyone remain silent and standing. Thank you. Left, show, arms. Forward, march. Guard, halt. Guard, halt. Fall out.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The ceremony that you are about to witness is an Army wreath-laying ceremony to be conducted by Honor Flight Long Island. It is requested that everyone remain silent and standing during this ceremony.
Raise up. Oh. But my name is Sergeant Dram. I'm one of the guards here at the tomb. I've been down here for almost 4 years now. The honor flights, you guys are probably some of our favorite people to get down here. We always love to speak to you guys. And honestly, love to hear a lot of the stories that y'all sometimes tell us. It's one of the great things about doing this job is we get to meet so many older veterans. And so at the end of the Korean War, the Secretary of Defense again went to Congress and they started the selection for the World War II and the Korean War unknown simultaneously. So they took 13 unknown candidates from the Atlantic Theater and they took 6 from the Pacific Theater. Most of the 6 from the Pacific were disinterred from cemeteries in the Philippines, with the 13 for the Atlantic mostly disinterred from cemeteries around Northern Africa and Europe. Again, all the caskets were completely identical. That way they didn't know exactly which theater the World War II unknown came from. That way it could represent the entire war as a whole, since it truly was a world war. So it's always weird to hear you guys thank us because, especially to the World War II veterans, we can't really thank you guys enough either. So that's, again, one of the kind of surreal parts of the job. So.
He is not.
No, absolutely.
So if I start sweating,
You did fine.
so grab my hair. I'm having a ball.
Are you having a ball?
Yes, sir.
Today, we're paying special tribute and telling special stories about Miss Eleanor Rizzuto.
Oh, dear.
And we do that in a variety of different ways. First, we tell a collective story of women's service through the building itself, with exhibits, with videos, and things of that sort. And then we do individual stories of women's service. And many years ago, your sweet husband, who was so honored by and so respectful of your service, he entered and registered you for all time.
He did. My only disappointment is that all the ones that should be honored are not here. All the girls I was with, they're all gone.
I know.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm all right. I'll sit on your lap.
Yeah. This is where we tell the collective story of women's service to the nation. We tell the story in several different ways. Through images. Here we start with the American Revolution. Women stepped up. Like Margaret Corbin, who stepped up to the cannon that her husband fell. Women who disguise themselves as men just because they wanted to serve. Think about what women have to do. I mean, what all of us have to do. And sometimes it's a little more difficult for women.
We were all new students, and new nurses. And we went up to this latrine and we walk in the door and there's this big slab of wood with 6 holes in it. And here we are, women, and we're saying, how are we going to go with the other women? You always go to the bathroom and close the door. Well, it got to be a joke because you'd go up there and nobody would look at each other. Everybody would do that and put up the pants, and run out.
Yeah, they didn't make you make it, though. Lots of times you have to dig your own.
But after a few months, we didn't give a damn.
I have no doubt about that. Now we come to the very heart of the memorial, and I want to invite you all in. And I want you to be right here, Miss Eleanor.
Good grief.
Look at you. You're a hero, honest to goodness. So
I was all of 21 when I...
Isn't that something else? Look at this. So I want you to look at all these people who are here to honor you. And I want to read to you a little bit about Miss Eleanor.
Oh, God.
She served in the Army Nurse Corps from 1943 to 1946. After high school, Eleanor went into the nursing school and worked at Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn, New York for 3 years. World War II started in 1942, and a unit from the hospital was organized and made up of doctors and nurses to be sent to Africa. Eleanor was one of them, but did not like it, as they were on dusty hills in tents, and every day a dust storm or rain occurred. Is that true?
Just time to eat.
Yeah. She was stationed there for 1 year taking care of injured soldiers. Next, Eleanor and her unit were transferred to Naples, Italy. They set up hospitals in tents and old bombed-out buildings. During her time in World War II, she spent time on the front lines, which was really very, very dangerous. As the Army advanced, so did her unit, setting up hospitals all the way to Udine, Italy, until the war ended in 1945. And so here at the Women's Memorial, when our military women reach that very important age of 100, we name them a living legend.
An old bat.
So now, therefore, I do proclaim that Eleanor Rizzuto, First Lieutenant, U.S. Army Nurse Corps, is to be hereafter recognized as a Military Women's Memorial living legend. Army Nurse Corps during World War II in the European Theater of Operation. So look at this right here. Thank you.
You were all forced to witness this. You wouldn't dare walk out.
And it's fitting it's a forget-me-not, because on behalf of Honor Flight Long Island, we will never forget you, and we thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Thank you.
We can start unloading.
Our legs aren't as good as they used to be.
I'm sure you could run rings around most of the people.
Off to the side here and hang around for a few minutes. You're perfect.